we'll be speaking with Christi-Anne Mills. Christi-Anne is a national of the Federation of Saint Kitts and Nevis and a footballer currently studying at Oral Roberts University. Welcome, Christi.
Thank you.
So we'll begin with this question. Were you once a part of the Sugar Girls team for Saint Kitts and Nevis, or are you currently? What's the situation with that?
Yes, I am currently a part of the team.
Okay, so does that mean for certain matches you get called to come and play, or is it dependent on your availability? Tell us a bit about that.
Well, it's both. If I get the opportunity to be called up, then I would be excited to do it, obviously. But there is also the situation as with school, and if I would be able to leave due to matches being played with the team as well.
Okay.
But my coach was really, he was really supportive of me leaving to go with the national team, and I was able to do so both times when I was called up.
Okay, good. So you said your coach. So are you on a sports scholarship, or what's the area in which you're doing your studies?
Yes, I am on a sports scholarship. Thanks to God, I was able to get a full ride and be able and not have to, worry about paying for school and education, football, everything.
I think that's motivation for some of our other young people who are good at sports. Guys, viewers, you can get a scholarship and this can take you places. Christi is our example. So your next question. We also understand that you played in the 2020 CONCACAF W Olympic qualifiers. What was the highlight of that experience?
Well, I guess for anybody, it would be just being able to be around, actual professional players. And we even stayed with in the same hotel as the top team, which was Canada. And that was something, everyone was fangirling, and it was just a sight to see. And they even went on to win the Olympics. They went on to win the gold medal at the Olympics, and to be able to be a part of their journey, even though we lost, it was we were like, we got them there because.
Nice. Yeah, because they played against you. And which part of the team do you play? What's your position when you're on the field?
I play in the defense for the national team.
Ah, defense. What does that involve? I know nothing about sports. I know nothing about football. What does it involve being a defender?
Well, the defender, they protect the goalkeeper and the goal, but the goalkeeper would use their hands and feet to stop the shots. We would protect the goalkeeper with a last line of defense, protect, clean up any mess that would come, stop strikers from scoring, those kind of stuff.
Ah, so is it what do they say? High in terms of getting hit. Do you get hit often? Because you are basically putting yourself in a position between making sure the ball does not get to the person in the goal.
Sorry, could you repeat the question?
In terms of defending, does the ball hit you often?
Well, yeah, I think, just being on the field in general, you get hit by the ball a lot.
Yeah.
But being a defender, you have to be aggressive. So I would say as a defender, you hit the ball more than the ball hits you. But, yeah.
Right, okay. And how different is it playing overseas compared to playing at home?
Well, I would say that it's a bit more fast-paced, especially with it being college football. It's a lot more competitive. These girls, they grow up doing this. Their parents, they push them so much, that they just want to make their parents proud and do their best. They go all out. And like for a lot of them, this is the last time they would play football at such a high level. So yeah, they really give it their all. And it's a lot of fun, but it's really, you could say, very high stakes.
So would you say that this is raising your level, raising the standard at which you play?
I would definitely say that. Last semester we had a different coach, so I have learned a good amount, very versatile amount about positioning and just different tactics about playing, because I got that from two different perspectives.
You can tell us a bit more about the type of courses that you take at university.
Well, in terms of courses, it's a lot more generalized stuff, like gen eds. I have to do oral communication, which I guess would come into play now because we have to do, it's about public speaking and creating your own speeches.
Yes.
It was a bit difficult for me because I don't really like speaking in front of people.
So you prefer to play than to speak?
Yes.
But I guess it's a critical part because we do have athletes, when you have a press conference, etc., you need to know how to represent yourself.
Yes.
Mm-hmm. And what are some of the other things you do?
Well, one of the courses that I did last semester was actually a senior course where it was about the business aspect of being a sports oriented I don't know, in terms of what I'm doing, I would be doing an exercise specialist. So those areas of being pre-med and pre-occupational therapy, the business aspect of it, in terms
that.
Yeah, in terms of how you would set up your business, how you would treat your employees, and the law side of it and all that. You wouldn't think that you would have, it's things that you would think of, but you wouldn't think of off the top of your head. So it was really a good experience being in that class. I did really well, so yeah.
Nice. Hey, you're from Saint Kitts and Nevis. You're gonna do well. So that's the area that you're going to specialize in. You said physiotherapy?
Well, my major is health and exercise science, but I am concentrating on exercise specialists.
Okay. Sounds interesting. So it's more well-rounded than just a specific sport. So in general, is football the only sport you like? Because usually they say that when persons play sport with a ball, they usually can transfer easily to any other sport with a ball. Is that the case? Keep your eye on the ball?
I guess maybe. I also like basketball. I like volleyball too, so I guess.
Yeah, that's what I've heard.
I mean, once it's sports, really, I just gravitate to it because I also like track and field a lot. I grew up doing it, so.
Right, I like that. So, Where do you plan to practice when you complete your training? I know, of course, you're going to be in football for a while, but in terms of your career path, where do you prefer to establish yourself? You're now in Oklahoma. Are you coming back home?
Well, I would like to come back home and do have my own business there, but I guess I have thought about it a lot, as people have asked me this a lot of times. So I guess I would say that I would like to establish myself here in the US a little bit and get some more exposure, experience, and that way I could come down and be the best.
Yes. And we're going to keep our eye on you because I think you have great things in store. And what about balance, though? Because you are studying, but at the same time, you're still a footballer for the national team. How do you balance that?
Well, it can be very difficult because you know, when you go with the national team, there's so much. The schedule is really packed, and there's so much to do. You always have to be doing something, whether it's a team activity or some like training, going to games, some sort of press conference or something like that. But all with the grace of God, I have been able to keep up, and the professors are really helpful in that area. They understand. They're very understanding of student athletes. They help us out a lot and give us not as too much leniency like to the others, but they really work with us and help us to get all our work in. So
Yes.
it is challenging, but it's just a lot of time management and using those little time spaces to
Yes.
do at least a little bit of work, because they add up in the end.